I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Hello, my name is Chris Saranchak. Welcome to a Help Guide meditation on finding strength when you're feeling overwhelmed and need a quick reset. Let's start by finding a comfortable position. Sitting straight and tall. Chest open. Feet firmly planted on the floor. Your arms resting loosely at your sides. Imagine a string attached to the top of your head, pulling up, lengthening your spine and neck. Now gently close your eyes. Allow yourself to step out of doing mode, letting the outside world go. The next few minutes are just for you. Now let's take some deep, cleansing breaths. Inhaling through the nose, filling the lungs, and slowly exhaling through the mouth. Focus on the feeling of your belly rising with each in-breath and falling with each out-breath, completely emptying your lungs. Just continue to breathe. Deep cleansing breaths. In and out. See if you can release some of the tension on each exhale. Relax your jaw. Let your shoulders drop, sinking deeper into your chair or cushion. Now imagine you're a mountain, sitting proud and tall. Your feet grounded in the earth, strong and immovable. No matter what storms are swirling around you, the mountain remains. Continue to take slow cleansing breaths, and as you inhale, silently repeat the phrase, I am strong. Then, as you exhale, silently repeat the phrase, and I can weather the storm. I am strong, and I can weather the storm. I am strong, and I can weather the storm. I am strong, and I can weather the storm. I am strong, and I can weather the storm. I am strong, and I can weather the storm. Keep going, repeating the phrases silently to yourself. Now imagine the storm clearing. The rain has stopped. The fierce winds are gone. Overhead, the clouds are parting, and the sun is peeking through. Everything is peaceful, the air crisp and fresh. The sun is warming the mountain. Take a few more deep cleansing breaths. Whenever you're starting to feel overwhelmed, this exercise can help remind you of your strength and give you an emotional reset. You can do it anywhere, standing if need be, and it only takes a few minutes. Now slowly open your eyes. Give yourself a moment to come back to the room. And when you're ready, gently return to your day.
My body, my soul are part of a perfect whole. My heart and my hands are serving a sacred plan. I know that it's true when all that I am comes down to you. I know that it's true. I know that I can. I on you. All that I am. All that I am. All that
Unity of Chicago South Spiritual Community. Thanks everyone watching today's celebration. We appreciate your support. Your financial support helps us sustain and grow this Beyond Walls ministry. UCS accepts your financial support online or by mail. You may use the Cash App, Unity Chicago South. You may select Unity of Chicago South from the Give Lifey app found on our website, www.unityocs.org. You can also mail donations to Unity of Chicago South. The mailing address is 1448 East 52nd Street Suite 132 Chicago, Illinois 60615. Continue watching this online space, donate your support and spread the word that Unity of Chicago South is Beyond Walls online. Health and wellness to each and every one of you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Reverend R. Ken. You're watching Unity of Chicago South. If it's the afternoon for you, please forgive me. Good day. Unity of Chicago South, an online, on-demand ministry. And that's a powerful statement. This is how we bring spirituality forward. And I say we, myself along with the other ministerial staff. And we are very excited. I want to give you a tease. We're very, very excited as we've agreed that during the month, or during the period rather, of Lent, that we're all going to get involved in bringing presentations to you, so you'll get a different flavor, a different presentation of this new thought, of this metaphysical message. Which leads me to some reminders that I have for you today. We have agreed that part of our mission is to provide spiritual support. Now, some of that spiritual support is treatment, some is prayer, and some is holding an idea or a desire in consciousness. So that's why we call it support. You can reach out for that support through email or through our text, through texting us. And I want to give you that information. You've seen it earlier on during the opening of our presentation to you. But if you'd like to email a request for spiritual support, email it to InnerQuestPrayer. That's all one word. InnerQuestPrayer@UnityOCS.org. If you prefer to text, you can text us at 773-876-8998. Now, regardless of whether you text or you send email, you don't have to include your entire name unless you choose to. Just a first name, a series of initials, whatever you prefer, and we hold that request in consciousness for a week, and then we move it on to Unity Silent Prayer, and they hold it for a month and pray on it for a month. So if you'd like that, just again, text us or email us. Now, we have something, you heard me say InnerQuest, send it to InnerQuest Prayer. We have something that we do, which is a podcast. We're very, very happy with how it has progressed. It was an idea in Divine Mind that came through us, and now we're in a regular flow of bringing a new podcast just about every week. Raymond Charles Barker, and it has been used by thousands, I would say, if not more than thousands, if not millions, over the years. We have a version of it. We've made a few adjustments to it, and you can find that on our website, and that's at unityocs.org, and look for links, and you will see the various offerings that are available to you because you watch. There's no charge for them. It's just for you. We're here to help you expand your consciousness. And finally, just a reminder about the first Sunday of each month. Next Sunday is our guided meditation. There is an infinite source available to everyone. It is there for each who seek it, no matter their race, their gender, or their religion. Believe what you may, but know that the source of the universe is also the source of each of us. Therefore, the principle supporting the stars is the principle supporting and available to each of us. As I declare this statement in the first person, I want you to know that I am declaring the statement for all. I am open and receptive to this divine living principle, Father, Mother, God. I am grateful. This is my declaration. This is my truth. As I accept it, so it becomes. And all is well, and well indeed. Faith is today's poem title. Faith is the light of the next step, illuminating a way ahead without revealing the direction. Faith will sustain and comfort through our darkest hours. Faith upholds the unseen hope. It is the seasoning that endures the pain of life whilst revealing that misery can be an option. Faith is a light in the darkness, surrounded yet not consumed. In the storms of our lives, faith is the stillness seated at the rear of our boat. That was brought to us by Adrian Waite. Beyond uncertainty, I'd like to start with defining the two terms that we're using as our title, as our focus today. Beyond, they say that beyond is a degree or an amount surpassing. They say that beyond is out of the comprehension, current comprehension. That beyond is something that lies outside the scope of ordinary experience. Uncertainty is a little different, because when you look up uncertainty, the definitions use a form of the word, certain. And that requires that we go deeper than that standard definition, because we were all told don't use the word or the form of the word to define the word. And as we go into a deeper, more expansive explanation, we find that uncertainty may range from a falling short of certainty to an almost complete lack of conviction or knowledge, especially about an outcome or result. We find such words as misgiving, mistrust, mistrustfulness, and of course doubt, which suggests both uncertainty and an inability to make a decision. Or better yet, they say an unwillingness to believe without conclusive evidence. Unwillingness to believe without conclusive evidence. That kind of falls into the definition that we hear a lot from Scripture. Yeah. Actually, a good place to start is right here, to understand this faith walk that we're in and we've been in most of this month. See, a lot of that's happening right now during this time of virus and vaccination is about faith. Now you might say, I don't know about that. We have all of this negativity, all of this death, and all of this despair, and you're saying that there's faith in this. And I say yes, if we look at the vaccinations and the people and the companies that began the process, they thought that there would be an answer. They felt there would be an answer. They had faith that there would be an answer. But they weren't sure what that answer would be. They weren't sure what the outcome would be. Do you really believe that they thought at the very beginning that they would create something that had to be stored at below zero temperature? They had faith that there would be an answer. They had faith that there would be an answer. And many times it's through the struggle that our faith is tested. And many times it's tested to a point that we find that it comes through. That it comes through. Well, what we're talking about today is arriving at a place beyond uncertainty. And I mentioned in the email blast that went out about our author today that some of the materials being taken from Martha Spock, and she guides us on obtaining a level of certain faith. A level of certain faith. Yeah. But how does she do it? How does she do it? She takes us beyond what some people might think of as faith as being something that people who are weak believe in. You know, kind of a punk move. You believe in faith. I believe in me. You know? Or she takes us beyond that idea of it being hopefulness. She says, no, it's certain. She takes us beyond weak consciousness and said, no, you can strengthen it, and when you do, you strengthen your faith. And she takes us beyond that we're believing in something that is really not there. She tells us instead what we're looking at, what we're working with, is a questioning consciousness. And that questioning consciousness is, how do I develop faith? It's a fairly common question. It is something that reoccurs. It's a reoccurring question after this situation, and you go through it and you're successful, and you have another situation, you say, okay, how do I get my faith back? You never lost it, but that happens. Maybe I'm only talking about myself. See, we believe, or many, let us say, believe, that our faith is intact when we are going after something, or when we have a challenge, only to find out that at the point of challenge, there's some concern, or there seems to be a lack, or better yet, a shakiness of our faith. So when we are confronted with the challenge, we seem that the faith that we had yesterday morning when we were reading and we were praying, and now that it's here, it doesn't seem as strong as it was then. So again, we go back to that question of, how do I develop my faith? Where can I pull my faith from? Martha Spock challenges us with the statement to meet whatever it is with faith. And when I first read it, I said, wow, that's pretty powerful stuff. To just tell somebody, just meet it with faith. Just meet it with faith. How is that done? How do we meet a dire need with faith? An initial question comes back to, where do I find faith? Where do I find faith? You see, if I have to meet it with faith, where do I get it from? Where do I find it? And then the follow-up question is, how do I implement this faith in a practical way. You see, yesterday when I was studying and reading, I wasn't faced with a challenge per se, but today I'm faced with this challenge, and I need a practical implementation method, strategy, so that this faith will work for me like I think it should. Well, the first thing is to make the decision that what you believe to be your source, some would say what you believe God to be, is with you. What you believe to be your source, universal consciousness, is with you. Not will be with you later on, but is with you in the very moment that you are in the very moment of the dire situation. The source is with you. The source of you is present right then. Not the easiest consciousness to live from when things are pressing us from various directions. And that is why we practice, you see. That is why we practice. Remember our poem, the faith is sitting at the back of the boat while we're going through the storms. The faith is still there. If we would but lean on it. And if we would learn to lean on it before we needed it, oh, how wonderful it would be. Going back to the virus and the vaccinations. Someone came in office and they looked around and they said, hey, we don't need that because that's not pressing us right now. So get rid of the virus, the pandemic department. We don't need it. We don't have that, you see. And when it came, it was like, well, we don't have anything. You see, it was already in place just in case. And that's why we can look at faith. We work with it when there is no pandemic, when there is no epidemic, when there is no problem, so that when something comes up, as life experience will bring things up, we can then say, oh, there's my faith. Let me pull it off the shelf. And let me apply it to this situation. Because when there was beauty and joy and happiness and song, we still practiced our faith. In Luke 21:36, it says, but stay alert at all times, praying that you will have the strength to escape all these things that are going to take place. Not when they happen, get busy, but stay busy. Stay busy on a regular basis, praying yourself up. Preparing, not for the negative, not for something bad to happen to you, not at all, but to strengthen your faith muscle. Simple as that. So I'm not strengthening my faith so when a dilemma comes, I'm okay. I'm strengthening my faith muscle because it's a muscle that should stay strong. It's not preparation for my demise. It is preparation for my life experience. See, part of that is, we go back, the acknowledgement of our divine source, but to do it on a regular basis. In those less stressful moments. To include that as part of our daily discipline, our daily practice. You hear? So if while I'm doing my yoga, while I'm doing my calisthenics, or while I'm doing my meditation, I need to make sure that I am including my relationship with my source, that I'm acknowledging that it is always with me in this moment. I am not praying for it to come. I am not meditating for it to come forth. I am meditating and praying on the truth that it already is. So I pray with thanksgiving that it already is, and I meditate with the knowledge that it is present, opening myself for it to flow through me, because that is where my faith comes from. So the first thing is to practice the presence regularly. So second, Second, what is the power of your source? What is the power of the presence for you? It doesn't matter what it is for anyone else, but for you. Is there any evidence? One of the ministers on our podcast, InnerQuest, she says, look for something good in your life. Look for something that you have achieved. Reverend Dr. Stephanie stays there and gives it to us every week. Seek success, because there's been some success in your life, and that's the same thing with faith. Is there any evidence that your faith has ever paid off? Has ever paid off? If so, then you have conclusive evidence. What did it say? You're looking for conclusive evidence. You have conclusive evidence. My faith brought me to this point. I remember when. See, it doesn't matter how small or how large the event is, because what happened is that the faith that you may have been conscious of or not, the faith brought you through the challenge of whatever it is that you wanted to do, whatever it is that you desired to get you there. This was your display of faith. So delivering or fulfillment is a power of your source. Delivering or fulfillment is a power from your source. So understanding what you're bringing in is daily practice. Daily practice. I know I know that my source is where I get my strength from. I know that my source, my spirit is my strength. I understand that, and I practice that presence of my spirit, of my source, of my God every day. Not just the calisthenics, not just calming my mind, not just the fact that it's there every day. And when I practice that, I am bringing faith to another level. To another level in my life. See, the power, the ability of an innate divine source, your innate divine source, indwells you right now. See, that power is your power. It's not someone else's power. It is your power. It is the Spirit expressing itself as you, through you, and with that expression, you are given the power of the Spirit. Wow. My life is not looking like the power of the Spirit right now. I am going through hecky-do. I'm going through hecky-do financially. I'm going through hecky-do emotionally. I'm going through hecky-do with relationships. I'm going through hecky-do with my health. I'm going through hecky-do with all of this. And you're telling me, I'm only telling you what is. I'm only sharing with you what is. Now it is up to us to bring it forth, to allow it to come forth, because we don't bring it forth. We allow it to come forth. The message of the Master Teacher was a consistent message of allowing the Father to express as you. So how do I do that? How do I allow? First, again, let's go back. First, you have to acknowledge that it exists, that it is there. Then you have to say, what is my understanding of the power that's within me? What is my understanding of my source? What is my understanding of God working with me? And whatever that understanding is, you work from there. It may never change. You may always believe that you have to pray to the cross, and that's okay. You see, faith still comes through. You may believe that there is nothing else to do but just say God is. And faith will come through. And you say, well, why? Because those are two extremely different positions. Because both of them allow you to get yourself out the way. You see, the Father couldn't give you the power to start unless the Father gave you power to stop. That's the choice. It's not the opposition, it's the choice. It's the choice. You say, well, no, see, you have to have good. No, that's the choice. That's a whole nother lesson again. But that's the choice, a whole nother talk, a whole nother sermon. But that's the choice. So you have the power to stop or start, to allow or not allow the purity and the wholeness of faith to work in your life. But you can't, or it makes it difficult to acknowledge it if you don't, to allow it if you don't acknowledge that it exists. If you think you're the faith, if you think that book is the faith, if you think that item is the faith, and that item lets you down, I don't want to be responsible when it doesn't happen for me. If I believe that God in me is faith, and it doesn't happen, then I have to come up with an excuse, right? I have to come, God didn't want me to have it. Whatever it may be. We're going long. We're going to have to get out of here. We have to get out of here. I know this is, it's feeling good. But the power that indwells in you is your power. Now, understanding the power, and then embracing the power, that's the basis of integrating consciousness with your faith. And I could say some more, but we're not going to continue on because, again, we've gone a little long. And I think right there is a good place to stop and to take that into treatment. And what is that? What is that you want to take into treatment? The power, understanding that the power and that embracing that power is the basis of integrating consciousness with your faith. And what do you have when you're through with that? You have a consciousness of faith. And that's what we're working on. Having a consciousness of faith, not words of faith. Not I believe, but having a consciousness of faith. Well, I can go on and go on. It's so exciting. But right now, let us take that. Let us quiet ourselves. Let us calm ourselves. And let us know that right now we are open and receptive to embracing that power that resides within us, that innate power that came with us from birth. We're embracing that power, and we're embracing it in a way that we integrate it with our consciousness by working with it on a daily basis, making it a part of our daily practice. We work to allow it to come forth. We work to allow it to its fullness in our lives. We work to make it one with consciousness and consciousness one with faith, so we have a consciousness of faith. Wow. Wow. Let us hold that. Let us hold that. Let us hold that. And allow this day to be the day that we begin to build that consciousness of faith. Faith in our source. Certain faith. Beyond any experience faith. Knowing that the love of God, the love of our source, walks with us, moves with us, and is present with us in this moment at this time. We thank you, Mother, Father God, for the opportunity to open ourselves up to all that you have. We walk with you, in you, and in that walking we are walking in faith. Thank you, God. As we see it, so it becomes. Namaste.